Welcome to Off the Beaten Path. Please be sure to like and subscribe. Brazil is a fascinating country with a rich history and culture. It is the fifth largest country in the world and has some of the most beautiful landscapes. But there are many interesting facts about Brazil that you may not know. From its unique cuisine to its vibrant music scene, join me as we learn some of the most interesting and little-known facts about Brazil that may surprise you. The European sailors and merchants who first arrived in Brazil in the 16th century were amazed by the abundance of parrots they found there. They called it the land of parrots or Terra de Papaga, and this name has stuck ever since. The parrots of Brazil are some of the most colorful and diverse species in the world, with over 500 different types living in its forests. From macaws to toucans, birds have become an integral part of Brazilian culture and are a symbol of its natural beauty. Brazil is home to the world's largest population of Catholics, making up 73.6% of its total population. This is a significant portion of the country's population, as it accounts for 64% of all people living in Brazil. Catholicism has been an integral part of Brazilian culture for centuries, and continues to be a major influence on the country today. The Catholic Church plays an important role in Brazilian society, providing spiritual guidance and support to its citizens. Additionally, many Catholic traditions are still observed throughout the country, such as religious festivals and holidays. As such, it is clear that Catholicism remains an important part of life in Brazil and will continue to be so for many years to come. Brazil is home to the largest population of Japanese people outside of Japan. This is due to the large-scale immigration of Japanese people to Brazil in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The majority of these immigrants settled in the states of São Paulo, Paraná, and Santa Catarina. As a result, Brazil has become a major hub for Japanese culture and traditions outside of Japan. It is estimated that there are over 1.5 million people with Japanese ancestry living in Brazil today. The Brazilian Carnival is an annual festival celebrated in Brazil that marks the beginning of Lent. It is held between the Friday afternoon 51 days before Easter and Ash Wednesday at noon, and is known for its vibrant parades, costumes, music, and dancing. The festival has become a symbol of Brazilian culture and identity, with millions of people taking part in the festivities each year. It is a time for celebration and joy as people come together to enjoy the festivities. The Brazilian Carnival is an event that should not be missed. Brazil is home to a wide variety of indigenous tribes, many of which have never had contact with modern man. According to media reports, by mid-2007, there were 67 such tribes living in the country. These semi-nomadic indigenous people are believed to be living in the Amazon rainforest and other remote areas of Brazil. They are believed to have their own unique cultures and languages that have been passed down through generations. The Brazilian government has taken steps to protect these tribes from exploitation and encroachment by outsiders, but their future remains uncertain as they face threats from deforestation. Brazil is a country of immense cultural and linguistic diversity. With over 180 languages spoken, it is one of the most linguistically diverse countries in the world. In Brazil, it is a ritual for boys to bear the pain from bullet ants before they are declared adults. This ritual is known as the Camaiura, and it involves putting the boys' hands in gloves filled with these ants. The ants bite and sting the boys, causing them immense pain that can last up to 24 hours. This ritual is seen as a rite of passage for young men in Brazil, and it is believed that by enduring this pain, they will become strong and brave adults. During the late 18th century, Brazil experienced a period of great wealth and prosperity due to its production of rubber. Rubber was an essential commodity in the world economy at the time, and Brazil was one of the few countries that had access to it. The country's rubber industry provided jobs for thousands of people and generated significant revenue for the government. This allowed Brazil to become one of the wealthiest nations in South America during this period. Brazil is home to a wide variety of primates, with more species of monkeys than any other nation in the world. This is due to the country's diverse geography and climate, which provides a suitable habitat for many different species. In addition, Brazil has a long history of conservation efforts that have helped protect these species from extinction. As a result, there are now over 200 species of monkeys living in Brazil, making it one of the most biodiverse countries on Earth. Brazil is the world's leading producer of oranges, accounting for 30% of the world's total output. This is due to its favorable climate and soil conditions, which make it an ideal place for growing oranges. The country has a long history of orange production, with some of the oldest orange trees in the world being found in Brazil. Sand dunes are a common feature of the Brazilian landscape, and they can reach impressive heights. In some areas, sand dunes can reach up to 131 feet in height, making them some of the tallest in the world. Brazil is home to the world's largest tropical rainforest, the Amazon. Covering an area of over 3.1 million square miles, it is estimated to contain 10% of all known species on Earth and is home to more than 30 million people, with Brazil being home to more than 60% of the Amazon's rainforest. Brazil is the largest country in the world to have Portuguese as an official language, making it a major hub for Portuguese-speaking people. This has led to a large population of Lusophones, or people who speak Portuguese as their native language. Brazil is the fifth largest country in the world, occupying nearly half of South America's total landmass. It is bordered by every South American country except Chile and Ecuador, and its coastline stretches for more than 4,660 miles. Brazil and Chile are two of the longest countries in the world. Brazil is the longest, stretching 2,731 miles from north to south and 2,684 miles from east to west. In Brazil, prisoners have the opportunity to reduce their sentence by 4 days every month for every book they read and write a report about. This initiative is part of the country's efforts to promote literacy and education among inmates. In 2009, Brazil made headlines when it listed an aircraft carrier for sale on eBay. The Brazilian Navy had decommissioned the São Paulo aircraft carrier in 2000 and was looking to sell it off. The listing on eBay was a unique way of trying to find a buyer for the vessel. The listing included detailed information about the ship, including its size, weight, and capabilities. It also included photos of the vessel and a description of its condition. Unfortunately, no one purchased the aircraft carrier from eBay, and it was eventually sold to France in 2011 for $12 million. The 1932 Los Angeles Olympics was a difficult time for the Brazilian athletes. Due to the financial crisis in Brazil, they had to resort to selling coffee on their way to the Olympics. This was a remarkable feat of resilience and determination, as it showed that despite their financial struggles, they were still determined to compete at the highest level. Snake Island, located off the coast of Brazil, is a forbidden paradise for civilians. The island is home to an estimated 4,000 to 5,000 snakes per square meter, and is considered one of the most dangerous places in the world. Enforced by the Brazilian Navy, it has been off-limits to civilians since the 1920s due to its high concentration of venomous snakes. Naumitoque is a city located in the country of Brazil. The literal translation of its name is "Don't Touch Me," which has an interesting history behind it. The city was founded in the late 19th century by a group of settlers who were fleeing from oppressive regimes in their home countries. They chose this name to express their desire for freedom and independence from any outside interference. Thank you for watching, and please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.